Well, hey guys, this is Josh Nelson with the Seven Figure Agency. I wanted to come to you live in the Agency Success Group just to share the results of a webinar we just conducted. So one of the things I'm a big advocate for, and I've seen really work well in our agency, is to put out great content on a pretty consistent basis for our niche. So we work in the plumbing and HVAC space. We've published books and how-to courses, ultimately with the idea of adding people to the top of our funnel that are exposed to our content and say, man, these guys seem to know what they're talking about, to ultimately saying, like, I'd kind of be interested in hiring them for my plumbing or HVAC business to get this done, right? And then they schedule a strategy session and we are off to the races. So I do webinars at least once a month on a topic that is interesting to our database, right? And we've done webinars on everything from how to set up their website to convert, to how to optimize for the search engines and get ranked, to what the most commonly searched plumbing and HVAC related keywords are, to how to leverage email marketing and social media, and how to drive paid search, and how to tap into Facebook ads for plumbing and HVAC companies. And now I've developed a following of plumbing and HVAC companies that attend these webinars, that find it interesting, and we get leads every single month as a function of this. So I want to do two things, actually three. First of all, I want to impress upon you the importance and the value of putting out high value content like this. I want to show you the impact, the results that it can have. And then three, I want to encourage you to do the same, right? If you're in this group, it's because you run an agency or you're trying to build an agency. And I want to encourage you that stop just cold calling, stop just going door to door, stop just sitting in network meetings, start to develop positioning within your vertical, start to put out content that get prospects coming to you pre-positioned to buy instead of you constantly chasing people down. So I'm going to share my screen. Whoa, infinite supply of screens. Now you should just be seeing my screen. I want to show you kind of how I set up my lead funnel. So ultimately, I've got a list of plumbing HVAC companies that sit in my database. I send them an email broadcast that says, hey, I've got a webinar coming up about whatever topic, and then I land them on a Lead Pages landing page. You could do this in ClickFunnels, you could do it in Lead Pages, you could do it on a lot of different tools, but in this particular case, it's just a Lead Pages, right? And the topic was how to leverage video in your plumbing or HVAC business. So it was like how to use video to position yourself to get better traffic and to convert more leads, right? That was the angle. This was the landing page, and so from here we had 202 prospects get to it and say, okay, I'm kind of interested in it, and then 141 registered, right? And then I had live 70 people on the webinar. So 70 plumbing HVAC prospects, ideally, that were exposed to this content, of which we scheduled 7 strategy sessions. So strategy session meaning they said, yeah, I'm kind of interested in having you talk to me about my internet marketing as a whole. So I don't just say, hey, if you want to talk video, I say, look, video is a piece of your overall internet marketing strategy. You have to have a website, you have to be ranked, you have to be driving traffic, it has to be built to convert. So what I'd like to do is offer you the opportunity to sit down one-on-one so we can look at your overall strategy and generate more leads for your plumbing or HVAC business. So out of those, 7 scheduled strategy sessions. So how many cold calls, how many drop-ins, how many direct mail pieces would I have to put out in order to get 7 strategy sessions? A lot. I mean, I'd have to cold call all day, every day for an entire month to get a similar result. So I can go on for hours about why webinars are valuable, why they're impactful. What I found is, Cliff Notes level, and I'll kind of stop sharing my screen, that way we come back. Cliff Notes level, it creates a reason to email your database, right? You should have a database of prospects, right? You need to be nurturing them. You need to be contacting them on a consistent basis for some reason. A webinar gives me a reason to say, hey, I've got a webinar coming up on this topic, something that triggers their attention, right? So I've got their attention. I've got the ability to fast forward them to my next action. So once I've got their attention, I can take them to a thank you page that says, hey, you're registered for the webinar about video. It's going to be great, but if you're like most plumbing HVAC companies, you don't sit on webinars. You want someone to execute for you. So if that's you, let's schedule a time to talk. So I fast forward a bunch of people straight to my webinar. You'd be surprised. Of the 7, 4 of them came from people that didn't even attend the webinar. They just opted in for it because I got their attention for long enough to get them scheduled for a strategy session. So that's a tip. So you get a reason to email your database, an opportunity to get strategy sessions right off the bat, and then a fulcrum to create great content, right? You have to be creating blog content. You have to be creating video content. When you record a webinar, when you do a webinar, you record it about video marketing. I'm going to take this, I'm going to load it up onto YouTube. I'm going to split it into separate clips based on bullet points. I'm going to take the audio of that, I'm going to have it transcribed, I'm going to have it as a blog post attached with the video. I'm going to take the audio out and it's going to be a podcast that sits on iTunes. And then all of that's going to get discovered in organic search, right? So people are going to be looking on the internet about videos and how to use video for their plumbing company, and it's going to come up, and I'm going to get people into my funnel because I created that content in 2018. It's going to generate leads for me months, years, and years into the future. And the other thing, now I can also send a replay out to the database. So from one webinar, I'm able to send probably 2 or 3 emails leading up to the webinar, usually 2 or 3 emails after the webinar. Hey, in case you missed it, go here and watch it. You know, everybody loved the part at 15 minutes in where I talked about X, right? And so this is one of the key strategies that has helped us grow our company to the Inc. 5000 list. Building a database, positioning ourselves in our niche, and then putting out good content on a consistent basis, and then syndicating that content, obviously on YouTube, on social media, in a way that gets consumptions, generates leads, and most importantly, gets prospects coming to us pre-positioned to buy. So I just want to share that with you guys. Would love to hear from you guys in the comments. Are you doing webinars? If not, why not? And this is a powerful strategy. You know, would love to hear from you guys in comments. If you have questions on this, what your thoughts are, and what you're doing as a result of what I've shared. Thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to you again soon.